They really need to get some of those missing kids pads and helmets because the Colts need linebackers. Hey guys, welcome back to Man Cave Movies. Today I'm going to be talking about the new horror film Weapons. I'm going to talk about what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, if I think you should go out and see it or not. So Weapons is a slow burn horror film that documents what happens when an entire elementary school age class of kids essentially runs away in the middle of the night. No one knows why they did it. No one knows where they went. No one knows any reason behind it. They're just gone, all except for one kid who, of course, is scrutinized and asked millions and millions of questions. Um, and it kind of follows how the town reacts, how their kind of grief causes them to do things that they maybe wouldn't do otherwise. And it sort of unravels this mystery for the audience. And what I really enjoy about how this story is presented is it's told from multiple point of views. You don't just follow one character for the entire movie. You follow different people in the town for short bursts of time. You follow the teacher of the class at one point. You've got a parent of one of the kids. You have a few people that are sort of outside orbiting the situation that you also get the point of view of. And I really think that that mode of storytelling really adds to the tension that this film tries to build up, because you see the same situations play out from different point of views at different points in the movie where you now have more information, and so things start to slowly make more and more sense without hand holding the audience. And like I said, does a very good job of building up that suspense. And so when you do get to points where it does want to do something more traditionally horror, like a jump scare or something creepy, which it definitely has a lot of restraint in doing, it is very, very effective. One of the few jump scares in the movie actually got myself and my girlfriend really, really bad. She almost yanked my arm out of its socket. She jumped so much. It was pretty funny after the fact. But definitely well placed. I also think that the actors in the movie do a great job of selling the grief and paranoia and everything that you would expect a small town to sort of have as a reaction to a terrible situation like this. They do a great job of portraying that. Makes it very, very believable in how they would react to the situation. That being said, there are a few small things about the movie that didn't quite land with me. I think one of the first things was, and I believe this is due to the nature of telling a story from multiple point of views, there are plot threads that are picked up that just nothing is really done with, to almost to the point of where I would rather them just been cut because nothing really happens to them and they end up being kind of irrelevant to the story. They're not major by any means. It's one of those things where it almost seems like the studio made cuts after the fact, um, and it just didn't pay off certain small sort of side pieces of the story. Another thing is the main sort of antagonizing force of the movie. You don't get any sort of motivation for why things are happening. It's almost an evil for evil's sake type of thing, which in some cases could work, but because there are people that get targeted by this force, it doesn't make a lot of sense for there to not be any motivation. Now, maybe I missed something, or maybe that's the point where it's like a Michael Myers type situation where it's just evil. But I don't really see that in the movie, and so it kind of left me confused with some of the actions that were taken because I didn't really see a motivation there. Again, not really a big deal. The point of the movie is to ratchet up tension for this mystery, and that it does very well. There's just a couple of minor things that kept me from saying that this is a perfect horror film. So overall, I definitely enjoyed Weapons. It's one of the better horror movies I've watched this year. either new or backlogged. I'd probably put it slightly above The Substance for me. So definitely a good movie. I definitely recommend you go out and see it while it's still in theaters. I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5.